Big guy here. Today, don't really have any advice for you. Today I'm going to rant on feminism. Had a friend of mine come up and said, hey, another one of our friends wants you to talk about feminism. He wants your thoughts on feminism. You want to know what my thoughts are? Who let them out the kitchen to begin with? Nah, just kidding. They're probably expecting me to say something like that, I believe every woman should be in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant, right? Nah. Oh, let's start with the first two basic things feminism did good for women. Number one, the right to vote. Do I think women should vote? I don't think everybody should have the right to vote. Now, I think there should be a qualifier based on who gets to vote, and your sex has nothing to do with it. Let me put it to you this way. You've been driving, right? You've been on the road, and you've seen that guy acting like an idiot on the road, and you're like, man, what type of DA are you that you did that? Well, guess what? That person can vote, man or woman. That idiot can vote. So I think there should be qualifiers on who gets to vote, and it shouldn't be based off sex. So, sorry if you're looking for that. I think if a woman is educated and contributes to society or served in the military, yeah, she should get the right to vote. Same goes with men, but we live in a society where any idiot can vote. Because here's why I say that. Here's the problem. One of our founding fathers wrote that democracy works so long as you don't vote yourself money from the government. And we are very much at a point in time where people are voting themselves money from the government. And that's a big problem. So that's another rant for another day. Let's move on to the next thing feminism did good for women. The right to work. Do I think women should be in the workforce? If you can do a job, I don't care if you're a man or a woman. As long as you get the job done, right? So that doesn't bother me so much. I do say that feminism did a good thing by making sure that women that get pregnant don't get fired. Because, that's kind of an asshole thing to do. If a woman's knocked up and she gets fired for it. So, yeah, that's a good thing. But let's get on to some other things. This modern day feminism is bad for women. Okay. This is not just my opinion saying it's bad for women either. There's a study done like 10 years ago, and it's probably much higher now, but like 10 years ago, they said that 25% of women are on some sort of psychotic medication affecting their brains. There's also been other studies done recently that says there's a huge percentage of women that would rate themselves as unhappy. And why is that? They can blame the patriarchy, blame men all they want. No, it's not. Because, there's a lot of reasons for it. But bottom line, feminism is trying to give women all the rights of being independent without any of the responsibilities. Because what it boils down to is you're responsible for your own happiness, and society as a whole isn't holding women accountable for their actions, for their happiness. They don't tell women you should work hard. They tell women, oh, you should be happy. Oh, you're not happy with your life? Here's some meds. No, instead of saying, hey, maybe you should work out a little more. Maybe you should be in a healthier way. Maybe you should go find some hobbies. Maybe, you should get off your phone and have better conversation skills and enjoy life. But no, instead it's basically saying that women should magically be blessed and happy, and they're not. Go figure. Life's tough. Welcome to manhood, I guess. I don't know. Oh, let's go with the next thing, feminism. Oh. Feminism's trying to say that fat women are beautiful. Now, I'm a fat guy myself. I'm the big guy, right? But let's face it, I could drop 40 pounds and still be kind of hefty. I'm huge. I'm a fat ass. And so when I say this, I ain't trying to, hate on fat women. But fat is not healthy. I make it look good, but it ain't healthy. So yeah, a big girl can be pretty. I've seen some pretty big girls. Some big girls that are pretty. I've seen a lot of pretty big girls. But the bottom line is, instead of feminism saying, hey, as a woman, if you're overweight, you should probably try, getting healthier. No, it's saying fat is beautiful, and being overweight comes with all sorts of health problems. I mean, all sorts. Every woman that's ever had gastric bypass will tell you their lives have probably gotten better. They got more attention from men. Just everything's easy. They feel better. I mean, life's a lot better when you're not heavy. And I've been really obese in my life, and I've been to points where I've never been really skinny since like first grade. But like, there have been several points in my life where I've lost 50 pounds, and losing weight is a tremendous thing that I'm amazed that society doesn't encourage. And I think it's kind of funny because you'll see all these, really attractive women tell their fat friends, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful, you don't need to lose weight." They don't want the competition because they know if there's a bunch of not fat women around, they have to act a little better. Because, I mean... And then let's talk about another thing about feminism. They try to make every woman into a superwoman. I mean, okay, I'm in a college town. I go out to these college bars. I see these 95, 120 pound women doing shot after shot after shot. And they literally don't understand that their little 110 pound bodies can't handle that much alcohol. So at the end of the night, "Oh my God, someone drugged me. Someone must have slipped something in my drink because I blacked out." No, Becky, you can't handle 6 shots of alcohol in 30 minutes. It's just simple physics. So instead of feminism trying to preach to women, hey, because you physically weigh less than most men, drugs will affect you stronger. Drugs will affect you more. They'll have more effect on you. But no, feminism ain't trying to be that. No. Feminism's trying to implant in women's mind that I am a woman, hear me roar, I can do everything. There are consequences for actions. Another thing I'll talk about, oh my God, how many women have anxiety these days, right? Oh my God, my anxiety's up. Now, they'll turn around and go to freaking Starbucks and get an espresso. One can of Coke has somewhere around 40 to 50 milligrams of caffeine. Around 200 milligrams of caffeine, you start getting a little wiry and jittery. And that's for the average man, not woman, man, like a 180, 200 pound man. You take a 100 pound woman, you cut that stuff in half. So basically, 2 cans of Coke, she's going to start getting a little jittery, a little anxious. But no, she goes to Starbucks and down, 4 shots of espresso or something like that, just the whole freaking day, probably 1,000 milligrams of caffeine, and wondering why she has ADHD, why she can't focus, why she has anxiety. Come on, seriously. And feminism's trying to tell women that's okay, that, hey, you're a woman, go out to Starbucks, get your coffee. Yeah, you got anxiety, we'll get you medication for that. Oh, come on. Modern feminism is not helping women. It is not trying to say that there are natural differences between men and women, and it's trying to make women into weak men. There are certain jobs that a man can do better than a woman. I ain't trying to say, that a woman can't do a job a man can do, but if I want someone shoveling gravel, I want a man to do it. Just because his body's kind of built better, he has more of a body strength, he can last longer. I can see a man shoveling gravel for 5 years, right? Show me a woman shoveling gravel for 5 years. Her knee's going to hurt, her back's going to hurt. It's going to be bad. And it's not because she's not able to work. It's just that men are better built for certain things than women are. And I think we're at a point in time in society where we should embrace our differences. Different does not mean better. A man is not better than a woman, but at certain things, a man is better than a woman. At certain other things, a woman's better than a man. It's just, we have differences. It doesn't make a man better than a woman on average. It just means we're different for different things, and we should embrace that. And instead, feminism's trying to tell women that they can do everything a man can do, they can do it better, and that embracing anything as a feminine woman is bad. Why do women get scolded for saying they want to start a family and get married? Is it, you want to get married, start a kids, have kids at 20? What is wrong with you? You need to go to college, get a career. Why is that so bad? Again, another thing feminism is lying to women about. The best time for a woman to have kids? When she's young. From 18 to 26 is the best time for a woman to have a healthy kid. It's the easiest time for her body to recover. Now, I get that, after high school, how can a woman have a career and have a kid so young makes things hard. And if feminism was smart, they would have made a way for that. I mean, they would have, hell, if I was a politician or I had power, I would make it so that if a woman had kids, out of high school or late into high school, and she stayed married to her baby daddy, when the kids were old enough to be in school, I would be more than happy if my tax dollars went to funding their education for, a state-funded school. Because by that point in time, they deserve it. And it would make a lot of sense. But no, feminism ain't about sense, right? It's about, I am woman, hear me roar. Family bad. Kids bad. Being married to a man bad. Ugh. Another natural difference is men are typically better or more natural leaders than women. I'm not saying a woman can't be a good leader. I'm not saying that all women are bad leaders. I know some decent women in leadership roles. I haven't met any that are phenomenal, but throughout the years of my life, I've met more men that inspire me to do things like a great leader should than women. I've seen women that are, pretty decent at, doing their jobs and pretty good at management roles, but as far as, that natural leadership ability to inspire you to do things, I have yet to meet a woman to inspire me the way a man does. With that said, a truly feminine woman, one that is sweet and loving, can inspire a man to do great things. She can push him to limits he never knew. But feminism doesn't teach that. No, they don't teach that. They teach women to be rude to men, to be mean to men, to treat men as a substandard to them. It's baffling how women's life could be better if they only embrace being a woman and not trying to compete with men or downgrade men. It's tragic and sad. How much better could this life be if instead of women trying to, if we lived in a society that encouraged women to be the best versions of themselves instead of saying, you are great the way you are, how much better would we be as a society? That's what I'm saying. But that's my little rant on feminism. There's probably more to it. That's it in a nutshell. I think first and second wave feminism did a lot of good for women, but this third wave feminism, not so much. Anyways, that's my rant on it. Had a request for it, so hope you're satisfied. Big guy out.